Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It's TLC Tuesday. I'm here with Kimberly to chat about before the 90 days. Now, you guys, if I sound echoey, number one, I'm sorry. I am in an Airbnb. It's all wood floors. I've got pillows surrounding me, but it is probably still a little echoey, not as great audio that you're used to. And I'm sorry. Next week, I'll be back at my regular spot. Kimberly is in her regular spot there in California, so she'll sound great.
You are in an empty museum.
It's so much space between here and the kitchen. I
Yeah.
mean, it could be an entire other living room. And of course, when we came in, we're like, well, what we would have done is,
Yeah. It's like you're on House Hunters.
yeah, we're like, we would have moved this over here and all that.
Mhm.
But we have been here for my father-in-law's 90th birthday. There's been, a big party where there was like 80, 90 people there. And then there was like a family party where people came from hither and yon. And it's just really been great. It's been great.
Wow. Hither and yon.
Yeah. To and fro, hither and yon. This and
Yeah.
that. We had a big conversation this morning about where did the phrase swing a dead cat come from?
No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Dave said, "Oh, you couldn't swing a dead cat," and something. I go,
Let's
not
not.
like a big cat lover, but
Yeah.
I don't understand that phrasing. And it's sort of like
Yeah.
beat a dead horse is also like a
Yeah,
terrible
really don't. I
phrase.
do not like that. Yeah. Let's stick with lead a horse to water. Can't make him
Yes,
drink.
right.
If we're going to talk about horses.
Yeah, it's not great.
But just leave the horse's name out your damn mouth.
And the
That's
cats.
what I have to say.
And the
And
cats.
cats.
What are we doing?
I know.
Well, I do have to go to the airport in a little bit of time, so we're going to get started on this episode. I do want to say for people that listened to Does Ace Know Who This Is? The Game Sweeping the Nation.
Uh-huh.
For people that listened and corrected me
Oh, no.
about, I was wrong. I said that I said Ronald Reagan was president for 3 terms, and then after that, they enforced term limits. That was wrong.
That doesn't sound right to me at all.
And when I said it, I said, I think that's
it was Roosevelt.
It was FDR. It was 1951.
Okay.
I've been corrected.
I knew something.
You knew something. I've been corrected. I stand corrected. I was wrong. Nobody else needs to send me a DM or a Patreon message about it.
Girl, you're going to be hearing about that for the rest of your life because I still hear about things from 2017.
Yeah.
That I said wrong.
I was wrong. Also, nobody needs to alert me again that Zuria was arrested. We know. We've been following it. Nobody needs to inform me.
Yeah, you've been talking about it with Keisha on the show. So why do people think you are unawares?
People also don't need to let me know that on this season of Love During Lockup, there is a person that died. It's Justin of Justin and Emily. He died before the season or maybe at the end of the season. And Emily is like a terrible person who then tried to go on Love Island right after that. We are aware of these things.
Oh my God. But thank you for caring
and
being engaged with the podcast.
Exactly. I do. Every so often somebody will send me something that I didn't know. But generally, if it's some kind of breaking news, if they have received it on their feed, I have also received it on my feed.
Yeah.
And then sometimes even if I don't receive it on my feed, Keisha will alert me because she is on it. She is on it. That story on Love During Lockup is going to be, it's going to be interesting.
Well, now I have to watch the first episode because I like to at least watch the first episode and then listen to you and Keisha. And then the rest of the season I can sometimes watch and just listen because I'll know who the people are.
Right. We haven't gotten all the couples yet.
The teeth situation. Like I need to see what you're talking about. Are there teeth situations?
Not yet.
Okay.
There's a really cute girl on there. Her name is Goddess. That's her actual name. And she's the cutest thing I've ever seen. But unfortunately, her man, who she calls Moo Moo, is interested in a poly relationship, but he hasn't told her yet.
Oh
And he's
god,
already
he's
found
trying to get
somebody.
a spinoff. He's trying to
Yeah.
get on one of the many TLC spinoffs.
It's interesting too on this first episode, every person had some sort of gun charge,
Oh.
which might be better than a meth charge.
Yeah, it's usually
Yeah.
drugs or
Yeah.
robbery.
Mhm. Some of them have a combo. Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
they go hand in hand,
Mhm.
really. Much
Sometimes, yeah.
like these couples on 90 Day, they're meant for each other. They're 2 sides of the same coin.
Yeah. Yeah. And also lots of people have alerted us with Aviva and Stig that she looks pregnant. And yes, I said that the first time we saw them.
You have said it at least twice, and
Yeah.
so listen, people, she knows.
I
And
know.
I finally noticed it in this
You
episode.
noticed it this week, yeah, especially in
Finally, I noticed it. Yeah.
that red
I
thing
think
she does.
'cause I'm typing, so I'm
Yes.
just, like, kinda looking down and, like, I'm mostly listening.
I was thinking that this week when I was taking notes on Daniel and Lisa, I was thinking that I was looking down and I was like, "Well, that's what Kimberly's for," 'cause she's got eyeballs on the couples that I'm only half looking at and taking notes. 'Cause sometimes she'll go,
Mhm.
"Didn't you notice she had this?" I'm like, "No, I was looking down."
Yeah.
But speaking of Aviva and Stig, that's who we're starting with, and my only note for those 2 is why is her hair so freaking greasy when she goes
She
to his
is
show?
she is a combo of Jenny and Matt on 60 Days, and
Stop.
it's getting worse. I know it's humid there. I
Mhm.
understand that. That doesn't mean you can't wash it or wear a hat or something. It looks wet all the time. It looks like she just got out of the shower.
Yeah, it's just wash your hair and then let it be like whatever it's gonna be. It's gonna be frizzy, it's gonna be curly, just go with
Yeah,
it.
go with it.
Don't try to, like, straighten it and then let your blowout last because then your hair looks greasy.
No, I'm very curious to see what Aunt Spring's hair looks like when she gets to the humidity because she keeps it in that extremely tight ponytail, the
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, and it's
Mhm.
high and tight and it's pulling her face back and those glasses and it's all very wit sec. So I'm excited to see what happens to her hair.
She's gonna have, like, some little pieces that are just popping out with the
Exactly.
humidity.
That
Yeah.
I get
Mhm.
the little frizzies all over
Mhm.
like
Looks
a
like a little
halo.
halo. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, Aviva and
So
Stig. Oh,
oh,
also,
and this
I meant to
episode
say
is
yeah,
yes?
that's what I meant to say. Season 8, episode 7, brace for impact, which is not a
Already?
part. Uh, but also, I don't like brace for impact a
No, that
as
means something has gone wrong. The
something's
wheels are
terrible.
broken, and we're coming down in a field instead of on a runway,
Eh,
and
as
put your head between your knees.
somebody who's flying on a plane today, I didn't enjoy that brace for impact.
No,
Okay, but go
no.
ahead, Aviva and Stig.
Also, how are we only on episode 7? It feels like we've known these people forever.
I know. It's a really good season.
Yeah, it
It's
is. It
really
really is. So, Aviva and Stig, the vibe's good and the sex good and the would I breed you? Yes, I would. That has been stuck in my head all weekend. And Stig, I owe you an apology, baby boy Stig, because I may have implied that Soldier Boy was a better rapper and wrote catchier songs, but I can't even remember a Soldier Boy song. And
I
I
would die for
remember
you. I would die for you. I would
I
die for
would
you.
die
I would
for
die
you.
for
I
you.
would die for
Die for you.
and baby girl, I
And
would
love
pray
you.
for you. Yeah,
Baby
he
girl,
would
I will
pray for
pray for
her.
you. Yeah.
I also remember I love you chicken.
Never
Um
forget.
Now we have really been blessed with so many prolific artists on this show.
Yeah.
Where are the Grammys at? And can they acknowledge some of these people? But anyway, I have had that stupid song about the vibes good and the sex good stuck in my head. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy. I'm singing it to the foster dog. He thinks I'm crazy.
Is he still
I can't
there?
get it. Yeah, he's still here.
Okay,
And
good.
I cannot get it out of my head.
Okay.
Okay, so she was jealous yesterday, but last night at the hotel, he just sexted that jealousy right out of her.
Okay, good.
And they had sex 3 times with no protection.
Raw dog all the way.
Loves it.
Mhm.
And she asks what songs he's singing at his big show tonight. Big, big in quotes.
Huge. Huge.
Also show in quotes. Also
Or
singing
karaoke.
singing. Yeah. So he's like, "Oh, my biggest hits. I got this one. I Will Marry Your Daughter. I got Vicky." And she's like, "Oh, Vicky is the song about the ex that Aunt Spring had her henchman spy that said he went home with Vicky after he performed that song at this concert."
Right.
And so she's like, "Who is Vicky?" And he goes, "The concept of Vicky is a girl who," he tells this story about and I'm like, "Is that the story of the song or is that the real Vicky? Because you just did the concept of Vicky." She asked who Vicky was, not the story of the song, like Billie Jean
Is
or
Vicky a fictional character that he's created? Like Billie Jean
exactly.
is not my lover. Right.
So she was being mistreated by her husband and he was a bartender showing her love. But then he's like, "So we did hang out." Like it was a girl he dated.
Mhm.
So she says, "Well, I heard that you went home with her after this concert. My Aunt Spring heard about it." And he jokes to us he's never met Aunt Spring, but she apparently knows him better than he knows himself. And he says, "Is she Secret Service or what?" She could be, except she's probably in WITSEC. So maybe she was in Secret Service and then saw some things she wasn't supposed to, and now she's in
Mm.
WITSEC.
Mhm.
So Anne Spring, he tells Aviva, like, "I didn't go home with anybody. I was focused on the music. I'm all about the music. I'm Sprig, the artist, not Sprig. No, not
Stig.
Spring. Stig." Um, and she goes, "Well, my aunt saw an article that you went home with Vicky."
It's the page 6
So
of Belize. They're reporting on this shit. Yeah.
We have seen nothing to indicate that he is big enough that the paparazzi are writing stories about him. But
No. No. This episode doesn't help.
no.
Mm-mm.
And he says, "Well, Belize isn't the fake news. So it's real news? So you did go home with her? What are you saying?" Um, and he said again, tries to gaslight her and is
Mm.
like, "Don't get in your head about this," which is,
Yeah.
don't look at the things that are facts and think that they're true. Don't, just believe what I'm telling you instead. And so she's like, "I just really don't want you to sing Vicky tonight." And he says,
Mm.
"It's one of my biggest songs. That is what the people want."
It's like Taylor Swift doesn't sing Shake It Off. Are you kidding me? Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he says to us, "I thought Aviva was going to be different than the other girls." Which is probably because she acted different when they were talking online. She acted like a pick me girl and was like, "I'm cool. I won't get
I'm
jealous.
cool.
I'm one of the guys,"
I understand. I understand your career, babe. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that they're in person, she's less easygoing and is not going to just roll over if you're being shady. She's
Right.
gonna say something. So they go to the show and he's like, "Look at me holding your hand in public, walking down the street. You can't question my love, babe."
Not when we go inside, I won't be holding your hand, but as we go
Yeah.
into the club and they're filming us, I will. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Also, no man has ever cheated on his wife and still held her hand in public. That's
Never.
never, they
Never.
can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Um, also, let's raise our standards higher to than he holds my hand in public and doesn't make me wear a bag on my head. Like,
Yeah.
so at the club, they are like, "Stig the artist in the house," and there's moderate cheering, I would say. Like a
Yay.
level 6? 4. It's a
It seemed
level
he was
4.
just there at the club as a patron of the club, and then
It
they were like, "And also it's karaoke night. Will you please get up and sing your own song?" Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, and he came to the island for this performance.
Okay.
Like it's Coachella.
Mhm.
So he starts singing "I'm Gonna Marry Your Daughter," which is about how he's a bad boy, but he's gonna marry your daughter. And
Mhm.
there's like 4 girls dancing and filming with their cells, but they're one girl is ignoring the music and just taking selfies of herself the whole time. Like the crowd, I can't tell if the camera people are doing it to shade him by showing like uninterested people in the crowd, or
Mhm.
if they just couldn't get around it because there were no swarms of Beatlemania. No one's fainting. There's
You
nothing.
guys, Is this if you're famous in Belize, is this what it is? It's 12 people in a
Right.
bar, you know?
Right.
Maybe
Maybe
we
we
maybe
just
we just don't
expect
know.
something
Yeah,
different. Yeah.
yeah,
So he sees a girl bend over in front of him and he's like, "What is that?" And then Aviva's like, I don't like that." And so
mhm,
then Aviva is like pretending to enjoy the music. I don't think she knows any of his songs.
uh-huh.
She is not singing along. She is half-ass dancing, which is basically just like a and then that's it. Just
Yeah,
she
the
does like
swaying back and
2
forth, yeah,
sways and
uh-huh,
then 1 sway, 2 sway, 3 sways, done. I can't
mhm.
get my hair messed up. It looks so good tonight. So, Aviva is, like, listening and he half-ass listening, and then he starts singing Vicky, and he's performing it to this other girl who is kind of on stage and filming herself, but it's like I was so confused. Are strange girls just allowed to be on stage? And then I realized it's not really a stage. It's like an indoor patio or like a very lame VIP section because
Yes,
his manager is also sitting there
yeah.
and his people are sitting right behind him. So it's but
Again,
there's no balcony.
it seems
It's
like
like a one
karaoke.
yes, it's like a one step up type stage. Like there's literally one step
Yeah.
and then you're on the stage part. And so that girl just like wandered
It
there
seems like
for
that's just where she was standing because she could there was a place you could set your drink,
exactly.
and she's like, "Oh, maybe I should be on the other side of it," because Aviva was on the other side of it,
Yeah.
the place where you set your drink. Anyway, you
Yes.
guys listen, again, maybe in Belize, this is the level of fame that it is, and we just don't understand, but I think, you and I could go to a bar and get the same reaction.
100%, and
4
I
people would be
have a
interested.
terrible singing voice,
Mhm.
but all I have to do is pick a banger and, like,
Yeah,
people will be down for it.
yeah.
So, Aviva is starts texting someone on her phone about how awkward she feels, and she's miserable, and he's watching her, and he's like, "I see a sea of people enjoying my music," and Aviva is on her phone. Where is the sea of people? Footage not found.
I would say dry creek bed of people. I mean, I would not
Exactly.
say a
No, I
sea
would
of
say
people.
a smattering of people.
Yeah.
Spattering. What's the word I'm trying to say?
Smattering is the word you're looking for.
Smattering
Mhm.
of people. A sprinkle of and I
7
wouldn't even say
people.
fans. I wouldn't say fans because none of these people have given us the indication that they are there specifically to see him. They all are giving the indication that they happen to be at this bar already
Yeah.
and he started performing. Like no
I mean,
one's wearing a shirt that says Stig, like he's who I came to see.
he walked
One
right in
girl
the
is
front door. I mean,
he walked yeah, no back door. There's one girl who's like singing along, so
mhm.
she's heard the songs, but even she is not fainting or trying to get closer to the stage or any
Even the girl
there's no
that was on
stage,
the
you
even
could
the girl
walk
that
on
was
stage.
even the girl that was on the stage
Yeah,
was very disinterested.
yeah,
Yes.
uh, yeah, she's more interested in filming herself.
Uh-huh.
Like, "Look, I'm on stage," kind of. It's kind of a stage, and I'm on stage, and this guy's singing. I don't know who he is.
We need somebody to explain this
I
level of
might
fame to us.
Google
Yes.
it later. Okay. So he starts singing a unreleased song, which usually means that's when people go to the bathroom at a concert.
Yeah, yeah,
New music? Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to go get a snack.
Yeah.
So, but then he gets flustered because he's watching Aviva and she's not paying attention. And he starts like going, 1, 2, 3. I forgot the words. I forgot the words. And
Yeah.
he's like,
The words are,
he's
I breed you, I
I breathe
marry
not
you."
that
Yeah.
hard. So, he's, like, mumbling to the manager that he's totally forgot the words. So now the manager is gonna think Aviva's bad for his music, like the
Mhm.
Texas chick is. So after the show, he's bummed he forgot the lyrics, and she's pretending everything was fine, and she says, "Did I handle the night okay?" And he says, "I guess." And he's kinda giving her the silent treatment, which he had said he doesn't like. He didn't like when
Yeah.
she did it. He's like, "I
Yeah.
don't go for that." So, finally, he's like, "You were on your phone, and it hurt my feelings." Which I
Yeah.
thought was mature of him, and she's like, "You weren't paying attention to me." And he says, I was singing right to you. She's like, you were singing Vicky and you said you weren't going to say Vicky.
Yeah,
So
right.
he's like, I'm sorry. There were girls on stage with you. I felt awkward. And she says, I don't know anyone here. So I reached out to one of my friends and he's like, you're supposed to be my team, hyping me up. And it's very awkward. And he goes to take a shower and she's clearly pregnant and they're talking heads. So I finally noticed it.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
so they're arguing but they got over it obviously because she's knocked up. So
She posted a bunch of pictures that I saw in the last day or so, and she's very much like crop top, flat stomach, whatever. So I don't know
mm,
if those, because they filmed this stuff a year and a half ago. I
mhm,
mean,
mhm.
we'll find out. I hope we're not all wrong because I mean, we're not the only ones that think it. Lots of people think it.
Yeah, I don't like commenting on people's bodies, but she's wearing like one of those baby doll dresses that poops
Yeah,
out in every talking head shot. There's 2 different ones. And
yeah.
like,
She has the same outfit in red, yellow, and green. It's like a
yeah.
halter on the top, and then it's got the baby doll-ish, and it's like a flower
Mhm.
pattern. Yeah, she's got the same outfit
Mhm.
on. I'm like, she said, "I like this dress in every color. Give it to me."
I love that.
Okay. I have moved the pillows, my pillow fortress
You
closer
sound
around
good.
me. Okay. Moved
Yeah.
it. I've moved it. Oh, look, I have pillows surrounding me like I'm in a little pillow
It
hole.
sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay. So let's talk about Lisa and Daniel.
Do we have to?
We have to. We have to. Okay. I posted about this on Instagram because I was so upset.
Yeah.
So we open up, we see lingerie on the chair,
Yeah.
and I'd paused it to take a note. And then I saw another picture, which was various lubes and condoms. So, okay. So she's kissing him. It's in the morning and she's kissing him. She's got that wig on. She slept in it, y'all. She wasn't kidding.
Oh.
And she's kissing him. And he says, "Oh, you're so beautiful." And she goes, "I have to tell you, you have the nicest ass I have ever seen. And I used to think your dimples were my favorite thing, but now it's your belly button. It's an
Have you been
Audi."
practicing that
Me?
voice?
No,
Yes.
I've not been practicing.
It's
Who do you think I
really good.
practiced on? The 90-year-old people at the party? Do y'all like this accent?
They do. Is that
Um,
Gypsy Rose?
she says, "It's your belly button. It's an Audi. It's so cute." We get to see his belly button. She kisses it.
Oh.
So talking head, she goes, "I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. I'm engaged. Daniel is everything I could have dreamed of, except he doesn't have boobs."
Uh,
And then she says, "Last night was uncomfortable and strange. He didn't finish. I don't think he was full on. And I had so much anticipation and I was beep."
wow.
And I
They
was
need
so,
to borrow that tarp from Rick.
yeah, yeah, it's a splash pad. She says, "I was so deflated and I thought maybe I am too old and I'm not the shape he wants me to be in. I was really questioning myself." So she says to him, "We have to talk about last night." And he just goes, "Huh?" And she goes, "It was awful." Wow. And she says, "I was upset with you. I expected more than what happened." He goes, "What?" He goes, I was so stressed and tired. I'd been preparing all day. It seems like probably he got up super early to come there, to come to that city, to get ready, and then meet her at the airport, which was probably at night, So, and so he goes, "I was stressed and I was tired." And then they're in a talking head together. And he goes, "Well, when a man is stressed, he can't perform well. And from morning to night, I was preparing to come and meet you. This was just a test run." So then he says, "Yeah, last night was terrible, but I gave it to you this morning."
Oh.
And she says, "Yeah, you did. But you were so big. It was painful at first, but then I stretched to fit you perfectly."
I missed all of this. I must have blocked all of this out.
Well, good for you and good for your brain cells, and I'm sorry you just had to hear me say it.
I did not even hear that they did it in the morning. Like,
He said, "I gave it to you this morning."
I
And she says, "Yeah, you did. And it was so big and painful, but then I stretched to fit you perfectly. I feel like you are made for me."
my brain tried to protect me,
Mhm.
and then you ruined it.
I'm sorry. Again, if I had to hear it, you have to hear it. So in the talking head, she says, "Now that we're engaged and have been physical, how will he handle the information I have to tell him?" So they're going to drag this out for 3 more episodes. So,
Yeah, even though she told Faith, "I'm gonna tell him right when I get there. I'm
oh,
gonna
right
tell
when
him
she
before
lands.
he
Mhm.
proposes. I'm gonna tell him before anything happens."
Also on the bedside table was a picture of Lisa and Faith on his side of
Uh,
the bed.
you mean princess?
Princess, princess.
Yeah.
So they're heading out to a market. She's excited to go see one of these markets. There's little goats running around, which is cute, except for
Mhm.
probably they're
They're
going to
gonna
eat them.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are fish. There is dried fish. There are chicken. There are little tiny stalls. There's women doing hair. It's like everything you could ever imagine. And she's like, "I just want to look at the little chickens." So a lady pulls the chicken out, which is similar to Renee, right?
I
With the
was
chickens.
getting flashbacks to Renee spelled rain.
Hmm. Let the
Like,
chicken live.
yeah.
So she pulls one of the chickens out, and in the talking head, she goes, "I love chickens. We used to have some as pets. They were so spoiled. Faith would show them shows on the VCR." And he goes, "Your chickens watch TV? That is crazy. That is crazy." I was like, "That's cute." She set up a
That's
little
cute.
TV for them. So anyway, she puts the chicken back. She's like, "I don't want to eat it." So they go to see the textiles, and he says, "I want you to pick something out, and they'll make an outfit for you because you have to wear a traditional outfit to see my uncle. You know, my uncle has to give the approval and the blessing to Mary because the uncle will get the approval and the blessing and call my father, who's not doing well, and give the report back.
Mm.
And the uncle has to see you in the traditional attire." So she's looking at fabrics that she likes, and the lady shows her how to tie the head wrap, which is like super loud. It's like crunch, 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 crunch. And the lady is telling her how to do it. And she's like, "I can't even hear you through all that tying and crunching. I don't know how to tie this thing on my head." So she picks out some fabric that she likes. And the lady in these countries, as they are, they're just
Yes.
blunt and they don't have
Mhm.
hangups of saying anything to you right to your face about your body. Because I think it's
Mhm.
just not to be seen as an insult. It's just to be seen as a fact.
Yes.
And if you're bigger, you know you're bigger, and they just say it.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so the lady picks up the fabric, is wrapping it, and she goes, "I don't know if this is going to go around you because you're a bit fat. So if I cut it to fit you, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to call the tailor." So she goes off to get the
I need a
tailor.
team to deal with your body.
"I can't just wrap this. We're going to need 2 pieces of fabric." So she goes and gets the tailor, and he measures her, and she's like, "Oh God, this is so embarrassing. I feel fat." But they make the outfit as they do kind of on the spot. And she's like, "Now, in addition to being called fat, I'm worried about everything I'm going to have to reveal to the uncle." Why does she have to say anything to him? Why does she have to tell the
Mm-mm.
truth to the uncle?
Mm-mm.
So in the car on the way home, they're sitting there, and she goes, "Daniel, I am fuming right now, by the way." And he says, "Oh, why is that?" She goes, "That lady called me fat." He goes, "Oh, well, okay." And she goes, "I am stressed and I need to smoke my vape. That's how stressed I am. I know I said I wouldn't smoke. I tried to quit and I couldn't. Huh, I'm so frustrated with you because that lady called me fat." It's like,
'Kay.
and he laughs. He's like, "What do you want me to do? You are kind of fat." I mean, so in the talking head, she says, "There
I
are
think
certain
fat still might be like it used to be in all cultures, which was
a
like
good
a
thing,
positive because it meant you are rich and you can eat a
and you can
lot.
eat." Yeah, yeah. So in the talking head, she says, "There are certain things Daniel expects. Like he wants me to have my hair a certain way." I think he just wants you to wear that wig. Um,
Yeah.
I have to ask for permission for things like to have a sip of alcohol. He doesn't want me to vape. I told him I would slow down, but I just found out I have to try to impress the uncle, and I'm stressed about that. I want my vape. Wow, girl. Okay. So,
Also, I just have to interject this conversation they have in the car, which just shows this she's not bright. She goes, "Oh, a taxi." And he goes, "Yes, and he says the word for taxi in his language. And
yeah,
she goes, "What's that mean?" And he goes, "Taxi."
taxi. You dumb
Like
dumb.
we
Yeah,
just said it.
bless her. So, and we've seen all the postings from like her cousin and everything that have been online, you guys. It's not
She's a scammer, like faking cancer,
good.
like
Yeah.
she's
The accent is
she's a
fake.
Blanchard.
Mhm,
Yeah, they say, oh God,
mhm. Yeah.
I can't with her.
So,
I like her manicure. That's the nicest thing I can
oh,
say about her.
okay. I think her wigs look great.
Okay.
Okay. So she's pouting and she says to him, she goes, "You surprised me with that uncle thing. And how am I going to learn to tie that thing on my head? I'm going to look ridiculous." And he says, "Well, I'm from Ibu land, so you're going to have to learn." Now I have a note to myself, IGBO, but you don't say the G, so it's Ibu.
Oh.
Just so I made a note, so I try to say it correctly. So
Mhm.
in the talking head, he says, "It's important to me that she needs to learn the language and she needs to learn the culture." I was like, she's not going to be able to learn this language on this 2-week trip.
No.
Yeah. So they go to a restaurant.
She doesn't can't even understand in English that taxi means the thing she was pointing
No.
at.
Uh-uh. So they go to a restaurant and they're showing the food. They have this palm wine, they have fufu, they have this soup. And she goes, "I researched the fufu and how to do it online." And he says, "Okay, great." So it's fermented cassava, which I don't know what that is, but you get it and you roll it around, you make it into a ball, and then you
Mhm.
dip it. So she's sort of making it flat so it's easier to dip. And he's going, "Ball it, do it, ball it again. You're not doing it right. Make it round. You're not doing it right." And he's telling her to dip her hand in the soup and eat it. And she's like, "No." She says, "He's trying to prove something to me and he's being too forceful about it. I work in the nursing field and I know what kind of germs get under your fingernails." I think she's like an elderly caregiver like Angela was.
Okay, because I was so like, what does in the nursing field mean? She's definitely not a nurse. She could not be a nurse.
Also, baby girl Lisa was also like a elderly caregiver. And so was
So
Angela.
was
And so is this one.
Danielle and Mohammed.
But she did get her nursing degree eventually,
Okay, yeah,
7
you're
years
right.
later. Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Um, So he has her taste the wine. And so she takes a sip and he said, "You have to respect it. You have to respect the wine." And she goes, "Okay, I respect it." And he says, "In our dialect, we call it Mombasa." I don't know what it was. And he goes, "Say it." So she says, "Mombasa." And he goes, "No, call it very well. Say it again. Say it." And she goes, "I'm trying to say it." And he goes, "You're not saying it right." And she goes, "Stop it." She says, "You drink it and you respect it." She says,
Good for
"Stop."
her. He was
Yeah.
being so aggressive.
Yeah, "Do it this way, do it this way." And she says, "Stop raising your voice at me. Don't talk to me that way." And he goes, "You relax." And then he says, "I hope you're not drunk. One sip can change your system. I think you're drunk." And he's like waving his hand in front of her face. And she goes, "Stop. I took one sip." And she says, "You're the one that's changing. Look at you." She says, "Put that wine down and talk nicely." And he says, "Stand up and walk right now. I want to see if you can walk." She's had one sip of this thing, and so he wants to see if, like, she's so
Mhm.
drunk she can't walk, and she goes, "Oh, yeah? Watch me walk." And she goes outside. She's got on a crazy outfit, by the way. So,
I know. But
she
I was
gets her
like, "Go, walk to the airport. Go home."
go right to a production van.
Yeah.
So, she gets her vape, and she's out there, like, shaking it to get the juice out, and then she's inhaling and going, "Ah, oh, ah." Um, and he walks out and he's like, "Where is my woman?" Which is hilarious. So she's like, "I am mad. He's not going to talk to me like that and shake his hand in front of my face." So he goes out and he's like, "Baby, why are you out here?" And she goes, "Why are you talking to me like, put your hand in my face? Don't talk to me like that." And he goes, I wanted to be sure you were okay because of the wine. And she goes, I maybe had 2 sips. And he says, 1 drop can change you. I mean, what is it? Is it heroin? Like, what is this
Yeah,
wine?
seriously.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, then why would you order it and drink it and have me drink it? And he goes, I wanted you to know about our traditional drinks that make you so drunk after 1 sip that you wave your hand in somebody's face and can't walk. And she goes, and you can't get mad at me that I can't pronounce everything properly. I'm an American and you don't pronounce everything properly either. And he says, but you came to Africa. You came to Nigeria. And she goes, so what? Don't raise your voice. You be nice. And she's like, and she's shaking that thing to get the last of the juice.
Yeah.
And he goes, how could I raise my voice just you? My beautiful queen. Look at you. You're so beautiful, my beautiful queen.
Mm-hmm.
And the talking head, she goes, the way he's behaving is giving off warning signs.
Yes.
Yes. So he says, listen, I told my uncle you are Christian, but you are smoking. Should I tell him that you don't vape? I don't want to be a liar. In my family, we only tell the truth and we don't tell lies, no matter how hard. And she goes, what? She goes, you have to be a Christian? What does that have to do with vaping? And she goes, so if he doesn't get the blessing, then we can't get married? And he says, I'm a grown man and I can make my own decision, but I did come from somewhere if they've gone back inside now. He says, in my family, we have our way of doing things and we have to be sure that we have the blessing. And he says, my biggest concern is your vaping. And she goes,
Oh boy.
And he goes, what? And she goes, just thinking about something. And her talking head, she goes, he's concerned about the vaping, but that seems really small compared to all the other things he doesn't know. And once I tell him everything, does he have to tell his family about it? I don't want to lose Daniel. Okay.
Why? He was just screaming at you to eat soup with your hands.
Soup with your hands is a choice.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I know it's cultural, so whatever. But she's just not bright because at least she's seeing the red flags,
Yeah.
but it has taken her 5 bad marriages to see. Well, I know she said like 3 of them were bad at least, and some of them were pretty bad. And
all of them ended divorce. So
too.
you know.
Yes. But one was because she decided she was a lesbian.
Right.
But there have been maybe 15 people that have been not great because they've moved like 15 times. So Faith has gone to 15 schools. That's insane.
Right.
So each one she learns like a little bit more. But so she just learns a little bit slower than the rest of us.
Bless. Okay, let's move to Forrest and Sheena. And my only note for these two is, remember when the parents said they would have to pay to stay at their place?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, is it because their place is an Airbnb?
It's an Airbnb.
And they're like, we had other bookings, so we'd have to bump people and you'd have to pay. Unclear. Okay, go ahead.
I would still let them stay for free, especially because she's paid for most of it.
And probably they didn't say that. Now we're finding out.
Yeah. So they get on this tricycle thing. Once again, he is too large for this society. Also, Sheena is size beautiful. So you have 2 size beautiful people. He is scared because he has to put his foot down, cut them off financially, but he also needs to win them over and get their blessing to marry Sheena. And he's just learned they're going to question him about why he doesn't have a job. And he says, I'm just a loser on disability.
Oh,
you don't have to be, though. I think he could work. Niles works. I think lots of people with autism spectrum disorder and ADHD can work. I think Molly has infantilized him and made him think that he cannot do anything and is helpless without her. So far, he's done fine on this trip, and Molly has needed him more than he's needed her. So the dad and the sister are outside waiting for them, and they're all shy. So it's just 4 people standing around staring at each other.
Yeah.
Apparently the mom is sick, so he won't be meeting her. I was suspicious. So the place is beautiful. It is huge backyard, lots of like cute lawn furniture. There's a pool, there's a huge gate. It is like greenery and good manicured lawns. It's
Yeah.
like super fancy, and it's a bed and breakfast that they run. And Forrest says, I'm confused because she's always told me she needs money because they need to fix up the roof or whatever. He thought they were living in poverty,
Yeah.
like Big Ed when he went to see Rose.
Yes. That's what he
And
thought. Yeah.
that's what he
And
was
that's what we thought.
expecting.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's really nice. I would kill to live there. They
Mhm.
even have inside the place, which is a beautiful, huge house, they have one of those black signs with the white letters that you move around.
This is
They
welcome to whoever it is. Yeah. Mhm.
it says, "Welcome, Sir Forrest."
Mhm. Mhm.
So he's thinking things are not adding up. So he kind of says to Sheena, your dad seems awesome. And she says, they are great people. She's
Mhm.
like, you've said they've threatened to throw you out on the street
That was the
and say,
sister, right? Not that's the sister.
yes.
That's her sister.
Well, no,
Okay.
he said I went back and looked at some of the stuff she had said. She had said her mom had said, like, horrible things to her and threatened to throw her out and, say, like, horrible things about her to everyone in the town. So, maybe the mom is the bad one, and that's why she has been poisoned and locked up, and they're saying she's sick. I
Okay.
don't
And
know.
that's the sister that we met. That's who that was, is the dad and the
That
sister.
the dad and the sister, we have
Okay.
not met the mom.
Right. Okay.
So the producer asks Sheena, "Do you think Forrest was expecting something different from the house?"
Mhm.
And she says, "Yes, and that's probably my fault. There are things I haven't been honest about, and I'm scared that something could be said and everything will fall apart."
Mhm.
Wow. So they serve dinner, and he says, Forrest is like, "So far, they aren't the evil dragons I've been expecting."
Mhm.
They're very nice.
Mhm.
So they ask about his trip to the Philippines, and he says, "It was long, but I got to see Sheena for the first time." Lie.
2019, we've seen the pictures.
Drinking Starbucks.
Mhm.
So they ask, "What were you expecting from us?" And he says, "Well, my mom kind of thought I was walking into a scam." And I can't believe you said that.
Mhm.
And they say, "Well, there are scammers everywhere, and we're gonna meet your mom tomorrow and prove her wrong."
Good.
And the sister says, "It's been so many years, we didn't know if we'd ever meet you." And he says, "Yeah, I would have come sooner, but I don't make much. It was a financial problem." And
Yeah.
Sheena says, "Just eat, babe. Just eat." She's like, "Don't talk."
Don't talk.
And the sister says, "What is your job?" And he says, choking. Literally starts choking on his food. He goes, "I'm unemployed and on disability, and I have autism. I have trouble talking to people. Like right now, I am having trouble talking to you."
Mhm. Mhm.
He's doing fine,
He's doing
but
fine. Yeah.
he is stressed. And the sister says, "Well, do you make enough to support yourself?" And he says, "Yeah, but it's not enough for like a family or a wife. So I know I'm going to be getting a full-time job soon. And I would like to ask for your blessing to marry Sheena," which is maybe not the right time, but
Mm-mm. I'm unemployed, and I plan in the
to get a
future
job.
to
Yeah.
have a job.
I
Probably
could
needs to
have
do
at
that.
any time, but
Probably
I
needs to
will.
do that before they apply for the K-1 visa. Needs to
Yes.
have a full to prove that he can support her. Yes.
Or Molly is going to have to sponsor her.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So the dad says, "Well, you need to have funds. You need a job." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to work full time."
Mhm.
Again,
At
why
some point.
haven't you
At
thus
some point.
far?
At some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Says it's because he wanted to talk to Sheena all day so they could be
Mhm.
on the same time zone.
Mhm.
The story keeps changing. And then it was because of his disability because he couldn't focus at work.
Yeah.
On Reddit, they say he works at a pharmacy now. So,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
So, Dad tells us he has concerns because he believes the man should support the wife and Forrest doesn't have any money. But also, Sheena is very helpful and he can't afford to lose that. There we go.
Yeah.
There we uh-huh. So he says, "Okay, you have my blessing, but you need to help her and she helps us too with funds and things."
Mhm.
Basically
Mhm.
saying, "I will give you my blessing, but you need to support us to take over because Sheena is supporting us."
Yeah, it's like
So
if Sheena gives $300 a month to the house, you guys have to continue to do that even if you get married. Yeah.
exactly. So the sister says, "I'm really excited to meet your parents. Let's change the subject."
Mhm.
And I was like,
To
"Girl,
to a
you have
to
no
a to
idea."
a to a worse
To
subject.
a
Yes.
way you'll be lucky if Molly doesn't flip a table and Dev's teeth fly out of his mouth. Like, there are so many bad scenarios that could happen tomorrow. So, Forrest says and they're gonna be wearing those stupid hats,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's gonna be even worse. So, Forrest says he's like, "I know my mom is gonna flip out when she sees how nice this place is,
Mhm.
and she's gonna think everything has been a lie."
Yeah, totally is. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we do too, kinda.
Uh-huh.
'Cause the dad and the sister also speak perfect English,
Yeah.
and you wonder what other languages they speak because, they get a lot of tourists and stuff, so, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Um, I don't know what's going I feel like there's so much we don't know. There's so many mysteries here.
And Sheena looks stressed.
So stressed, and she
Yeah,
said, "I haven't been honest about things." So but is it because of her parents?
right.
I want Sheena to be a good lady.
I want them to work, and it could just be mom is like a total asshole and rules the family, and she's sick, but she's not really
Right.
sick, you know? She's sick like, Sumit's mom pretends to be sick.
I'm
Right.
dizzy. Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so dizzy. Somebody come in here. Give me a live, laugh, love poster." Okay,
Mhm.
Laura and Birkan. So, here is what I found out about Birkan's debt, because I did have lots of people reach out to say they don't think it matters if you have debt when you get the K-1 visa. So, here's what I found when I asked our friend, Dr. Google. It says,
Mhm.
having substantial debt doesn't automatically disqualify you for a K-1 visa, but the U.S. citizen petitioner must prove they can financially support the immigrant with sufficient income, potentially requiring a joint sponsor if debt reduces their ability to meet that income threshold. The key is demonstrating financial stability and income through tax returns and assets, not just having debt and being transparent about liabilities to avoid complications. Immigration officers look at the overall financial picture. So unclear.
Yeah, that was a
Um,
lot of words.
that was a lot of words that AI gave me to confuse me. Okay.
Yeah.
So we open up with Laura saying, okay, so you're telling me about this big debt, and everybody thinks you're using me for a green card and money. And now I'm wondering if that's true. And he says, but do you think that? And she goes, now I don't know. And he says, you know that I am a person, I'm not like that. And if I was like that, I just wouldn't have told you about the debt, you know? And I know I just have to hustle to make some money to pay it off. Talking head, Laura says,
But why
here's
haven't you? This is
right.
all
Mhm.
it's like Forrest.
I'm going to do it.
I'm gonna go in yeah,
Yeah.
I could have
Here's my
done it.
plan for doing it next
Yeah,
year. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm talking head, she says, he's just told me he's $50,000 in debt and would just flee the country to get rid of his debt. And that makes me feel like he's straight up using me. So they leave the restaurant and head home, and it says 30 minutes later, and we see him in the kitchen, doing the dishes. And the producer's talking to her, and she says, I don't know what to think. I'm frustrated. He told me about this debt at dinner, and he's only talked about honesty and pride and respect. But it's hard to respect somebody who hasn't been telling me the truth. And I thought he was the man who would honor the provide and respect as a man that he talks about. But now I don't know. So she goes in the kitchen and he says, Why are you mad at me? I'm just a little baby.
Oh my God. I
Blink,
couldn't.
blink.
No.
And she goes, stop trying to be cute. He goes, I'm not trying to be cute. Why are you mad at me?
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
stop it. He pushes her up against the wall and they like make out.
Yeah.
And then he takes her hand and goes, you can't be mad at me, and takes her into the bedroom. I think in addition to Nietzsche, he's been reading up on his Harlequin
Mm-hmm.
romances.
Yep.
Yeah. So in her talking head,
He's
she
like,
goes,
which werewolf book character should I act like? So first I'm going to try coquettish and see if she will fall for that, but she didn't fall for that. So next I'm going to go smoldering bad boy
mm-hmm,
vampire,
mm-hmm.
and maybe that'll work. And it does.
So in talking head, she says, yes, I'm still nervous about his intentions, but yeah, these are all my fantasies rolled into one moment. I mean, having a hot Turkish guy push you against the wall and make out with you, wow, it's really irresistible.
Okay.
Okay. So now they're going to a place where they make evil eye beads. And it was funny because they see some like, street dogs. And she goes, oh, I forgot you don't like dogs. He goes, I don't like them because they bite you and they bark you. And she goes, no, they bark at you. He goes, whatever. My English isn't perfect.
I
So
didn't like that. I was like, how many languages do you speak, Laura? Like,
yeah, she knew what he meant,
yeah, you don't need to correct his English. Speaks perfectly fine English.
So they're going to this place where they make these evil eye beads and they're all hanging in the trees and stuff. And we find out, Learning Channel, evil eye beads are for good luck. This dates back 3,000 years to ancient times. And he explains that, like, if people are jealous of you or they're talking bad about you and you have on the evil eye, it'll catch it. It'll
You know
consume
who's
that.
obsessed with the evil eye? Lauren of Lauren and Alexi, and she
She is.
designs clothes and stuff
Yeah.
with the evil eye on it.
Hmm. Yeah.
She's
So I
like,
didn't.
Libby. It repels Libby and Andre.
I have it on my neck, on my bag, on my clothes. And I think, I didn't know that the evil eye is supposed to like catch the
Mhm.
negativity. I didn't know. I thought it was just to see bad, whatever. It doesn't, well, who cares? Um, Birkan says, I don't know. People need things to believe in, but me, no, I'm grounded in reality. Did you know that I read Nietzsche? Okay.
Nietzsche.
So
He
now,
says, but she likes crafts. So I thought she'd enjoy this. I thought that was so funny because she's already like such older than him
yeah,
and a school teacher.
yeah,
So even though she does the erotic fiction, she's
yeah.
like still a crafty gal.
He's like, tomorrow we're going to a scrapbooking lesson.
Exactly. Sexy scrapbooking.
Yeah, there's
Does
gonna be
she know about
werewolves.
diamond painting yet?
Um, does she know about Sneaky Sasquatch? You could play it on Apple Arcade. Um, so next she asked him about his family. She was like, so, I don't know much about your family. And he goes, no, I don't talk to them very much. My parents are not happy that I'm with you.
Wow.
And her talking head, she goes, it's weird because my family doesn't approve of this relationship. And now I'm hearing his family doesn't approve of this relationship. It's very upsetting. It's hard to have a relationship when everything is against you.
Why do you think? Is it because she's American or older? What else could not their religion, maybe?
All three.
Yeah, I guess.
And
We
whatever he
don't
does
know.
for his real job that we don't know yet, they don't approve of that, whatever it is.
If we don't find out next week, I'm going to flip this table
Did you
and
know
pull
that
out my
this week
teeth.
when we got the screener, I went straight to their
Yeah.
section and watched
I'm
it and went straight to their next section to see if we're gonna find out.
I'm dying to know. I'm so frustrated. They keep
Tuesday, we'll
dragging
get the
this out.
screener and we'll fast forward to it. Okay.
No, because next week it's the friends and they're going to be like, should we say it? Should we say it? There's a big secret. She doesn't know about Birkan. And then it's going to be like next week on 90 days. They're going to drag it out 2 more weeks.
I'm also hoping she's gonna realize one of his best friends is a woman.
Yeah.
And so it's not fair that she can't have a friend,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So she says to him, she goes, meeting a person's family is a really good way to get to know a person. And he goes, well, my family now is just my friends. And she goes, well, I understand that because that's how I feel about my friend Michael. He's my family. And he says, fuck Michael. Wow.
Michael needs an evil eye to
Yeah,
keep Birkan
to
away from him.
to absorb that, yeah, and he says, "I don't want you too close to him. I don't like him." And she goes, "Well, he's very important to me, and we're together all the time." And he says, "Well, here's the solution. You'll cut him out of your life." And she goes, "Okay, it's an ultimatum." And he goes, "No, it's not an ultimatum. You choose me. That's it."
Mm.
And she goes, "What?" And he says, "We are talking marriage. And when we get married, he cannot be in our lives." Yeah, you heard me right. Well,
He
also, I think
knows
he's deflecting.
he's fully deflecting from
Yes.
his family, his shady job, and his debts,
Mhm.
100%. But I think he's also looked at her Kindle, and he's seen that she has a lot of heroes, men that are very Rhett Butler.
Yes.
And that was the first example I could think, current
Uh-huh.
references only.
Mhm, mhm.
And
Very current.
so
Mhm.
he's trying to be like really assertive.
Really a strong man that, I will just tell my woman what to do. Yeah.
'Cause she'll get turned on by that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then later on, we'll make out by the wall.
Mhm.
And she says, "Michael is just my friend, and he's not asking me to cut you out." And he goes, "Okay, but this is our relationship. You don't need an activities buddy," which
Mm.
is which is kinda what Michael is. They do
Are you
activities.
gonna play pickleball with her?
Are you gonna make bread with her?
They are
S
pickleball champions. They have
Yeah.
literally trophies.
Yes. Yeah. So she says, you know, regarding beer can, she says, "This changes my opinion on beer can a bit. He's trying to force me to make a decision that I don't want to make." And he says, well, he says to her, he says, "Well, think a little on it now, and I'm going to get some air or some peace." And he walks out of the evil eye place. And she's like, and in the talking head, she goes, "I don't like this weird controlling side of him. It's shocking that he would walk out. It's super disrespectful. It doesn't feel like the man I knew online." I think he literally like walked to the other side of that door to smoke.
Yeah, calm down.
I don't think he got in the car and left. Um,
But also crafting is supposed to make people zen, and it was not doing it.
no, no. Okay, we're going to finish up with Rick and Trisha. And I did a reel about them too, guys, because wow. Wow,
Okay.
do I hate this guy. Wow.
Was it about the tarp?
Mm-mm,
Okay, I
mm-mm.
saw that one where we were talking about the tarp.
No, no, no. This is a new one, and this is about where she calls him cheap, and he goes, I ain't nobody's sugar daddy." I was like,
You have
"No
no
joke.
money.
No joke."
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
So they had makeup sex after their argument, and it was good, she says. It
She
wasn't tarp good, but it was
Right,
okay.
right.
So they are going by plane to a romantic trip to New Newsy Bay, but it's kind of looks like Newsy, like a nosy bay, which is my nickname.
Yeah.
I'm a nosy bee. Um, so they drive by a mall and she goes, "You should buy me some things, like a bathing suit." And he says, "Here we go. I know you have expensive tastes." And then he calls her bougie. And she
Mhm.
gets really mad. And he says, "I'm nobody's sugar daddy. Never have, never will be.
She says,
'Cause
"You are
I have
cheap."
'Cause I have no money.
Right,
I can't be a sugar daddy because 'cause I'm broke."
right.
So Trisha says, "I'm not a sugar baby. I have my own money. You assume the worst."
Mhm.
And, girl, you don't know the worst. The worst is what he did, and he has not told you yet.
Right.
So gear up for that. They get to the hotel and he is like, "Look what I did," which is what the hotel did, which was put out flowers and things. Like,
Yeah.
he wants credit, like he physically did it. And she says, "I don't care." And he says, "'Cause the roses aren't made of gold, bougie."
God, he's a
And
jerk.
he's such a jerk. They start arguing about the sugar baby thing, and he says, "I already do things for you. Didn't I pay your rent?" And she says, so I guess he did pay her rent at some point or every
Mhm.
month, we don't know. And he says, "I'm gonna get you what you need, but not always what you want," which is a Rolling Stone song. And she says, "You forget it. Keep your money." And he says, I could have gotten this type of attitude in the States.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have to come all the way over here. I could be treated bad by a woman in the States.
Like, all American women are gold diggers, and he
Uh-huh.
was hoping for there's plenty of women who have jobs and can support themselves in the States. That is just not who you are attracting because you are online looking for an international sex tourist sugar baby.
Nailed it.
Half your age.
Ding,
Maybe
ding, ding.
date a woman your own age, and she'll be able to support herself.
You're right.
So,
Right.
he says, "I thought you were different." And she says, "I thought you were different too." And, like,
Mhm.
"I didn't think you'd bring a tarp when we were having sex." So, he says, "You thought I was like your ex, your rich ex? I'm not." And I was like, "Well, you are like the ex, but it's because of the cheating, not the finances."
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, Trish says, "I'm with him for love, and I hate that he always assumes otherwise." And he says, "You know what I do for a living. What were you expecting? I sell hair extensions seasonally, for God's sake. And it's not tap dancing lesson season. So what am I supposed to do?" So
We'll never get
he's
over the seasonal selling of hair extensions. It makes no sense. Yeah.
you can only there's a very short 6-week window when
Mhm.
people buy hair extensions and take tap lessons, and the rest of the time we don't.
Mhm.
Also, he lives in Los Angeles where it's the same season all year
Uh
long. So I don't know what he's talking about. So the next day they go on a boat ride and they're all tense because of the fight. The beach is stunning. It is
This
the
is the
most
most
beautiful.
gorgeous place I've ever seen in my life.
100%. And I kept thinking of Katie because one of her life bucket lists is to go in that clear water where you can see your feet. I don't know why. She really wants that clear water.
Okay, tell her to go to Destin, Florida. They have the clear water there. It's gorgeous.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And
Yeah.
much cheaper
Much
probably than
closer.
going to
Yeah.
Madagascar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he apologizes for the day before. He says it triggered something from a past relationship where he stopped paying for things and then they didn't want to be with him anymore.
Mhm.
And he's specifically talking about his baby mama of the 2 youngest kids.
That you saw
And
on that
yeah,
extended
and
scenes.
she's
Yeah.
super sassy. She is from Nigeria. He brought her to America on the K-1 visa, and she says he stopped being, like, loving and nice when she got there, and he
Mhm.
says she stopped, like, having sex with me because I wasn't paying for everything.
Mhm.
Felt very transactional, and they both dropped the ball on what their side of the transaction was. So,
Yeah. They had 2 kids though.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. She was obviously doing something. So, he says, you know, I she expected more than I could give, and so that's why I've tried to be really transparent about my finances with Trish. Less transparent about other things,
Right. Right.
but
When's
the
he gonna tell
finances
her? When's he gonna tell her?
I know. So
Dying.
maybe when we hear about Birkan's job. So
Yeah, right.
she says, "Look, I'm never gonna leave you, but I want to make sure you buy me everything I need."
Mhm.
Which
Yeah.
sounds bad, but then she explains, she's like, "I will be giving up my job and everything when I move to America, so you'll
Right.
have to support me, at least for a while." She won't be able to work for a while. So he says, "Yes, I will." And she says, "My ex bought me a lot of things, but I wasn't happy. And Rick is so much better because he gives me love." And he
Mm.
says, "You think I'm enough?" And she says, "Yes." And he says, "That means so much to me." I was like, "You are a cheater and you are asking her to pump you up and give you assurances that you're enough." And that's fucked up. So
I can't wait till she finds out and dumps his ass. I just can't wait.
I can't wait. And also he's been having sex with her this whole time while holding a secret that is so big that she might break up with you, which
It's he's literally going to tell her 4 minutes before he goes to the airport because he wants to
yeah.
have all the sex he can
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it feels like that sex fraud, like, it feels gross. It's like that manipulation to get someone to have sex with you by
Yes.
withholding this big secret. I
Yes.
hate it. I hate everything about him. He's so
Agree.
gross.
I agree. I hate him.
Um, but now they're all happy because she still
Mm.
has no idea.
And they're going to have makeup sex, so everything's great.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so next time on Rick and Trisha, they see lemurs. She calls them something else. She says the word
Yeah.
lemur different than we say it.
Yeah.
But to us, they're lemurs, and they're like little cute little monkey-looking things. They're adorable.
Mhm.
Um, and they're looking at the lemurs, and he says, all of this is going to be worth it if I can bring a stepmommy home for my children. And she says, well, we have to talk about,
They
the
have a
fact.
mommy.
I mean, yeah, why? Yeah.
They have a mom.
And she says, I really want my own kids. And she tells us, like, if he says, no, we're not going to have kids, then it's a deal breaker, which, by the way, he's probably going to lie and says he'll have a kid and then he doesn't want to. He'll get a vasectomy.
Yep. Mhm.
Um, Anna Lynn says now that she's with Jovan, her husband, he's giving her trust issues. And she says, remember what we talked about before you came? And he goes, yeah, I told you I'm going to stop talking to that person. And she goes, so let me see your phone. Let me see it now. Dun, dun, dun. We'll find out what happens. Birkan and Laura meet with his friends. It seems like they're at a hookah bar. And she's like, tell me something I don't know about Birkan. And they go, did you find out about the debt? Okay, check. Well, there is this one other thing. And the friends are like, you better tell her now or it's going to get worse.
Mhm.
Okay. Again, we don't know what it is. So Molly and Dev arrive at
Oh
Sheena's
god.
parents' house.
Oh god.
And they were like, whoa, this place is really nice.
Mhm.
And Molly tells the dad, Sheena told us if she doesn't give you money, you will mistreat her. And the sister and dad are like, what? Did you say that? And Sheena's like, she's going to start crying again.
Yeah.
Daniel.
But I'm glad Molly is actually going to lay it all out on the table. We're
Yeah.
going to get to the bottom of this. Even though she's being a total dick about it, we're still going to hopefully get to the bottom of this mystery.
Well, I think she's like, you guys don't know what she's been saying about you.
Right.
Right? She's told you that we're terrible, but listen to what she said about you guys,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Daniel takes Lisa to meet the uncle. She figured out how to wrap that thing around her head. And the uncle is like up on this chair in her room. It's like he's a king. And he says, you are not an Ibu woman. And she's like, no. And the talking head, Lisa says, I'm sitting next to the man that I love and I don't want to lie. The uncle says, you are Christian. And she says, I am. I haven't always been a good Christian, but Daniel makes me want to be a better person. And she cries. And then the uncle says, and you are practicing lesbianism. She's like, what? She's like, I'm not practicing. I got real good at it.
Real good. Practice makes perfect.
Professional lesbian. So obviously I don't know if he has a list of questions like, are you a Christian? Are you a lesbian?
Do you vape?
Do you vape? Do you steal money from people? Like if he's going through the 10 commandments or what he's doing, do you murder your neighbor? I don't know.
Right.
And just lesbian happened to be one of the questions. But she's not a practicing lesbian right now. She's a practicing heterosexual at the moment.
Right.
So she could say right now, she could answer that with right now.
No, I need her to tell the truth so that he'll break up with her so that this won't happen because this is a bad idea. This whole thing. He wants an American and he thinks this is the best one he can get.
Right.
And
she can't pay her rent. How is she going to pay the $10,000 to get him over there?
She's going to ask that friend who is so enabling of this behavior that she needs to have put her foot down. Faith needs to go no contact. And
I know.
I mean, then she won't be able to get him here because she will have no one to sponsor.
What a mess. You guys, this is a great season. We are only on episode 7, but it feels like, and we still haven't seen Elise and Joshua, whatever bullshit they're
I
gonna
keep
throw into us at
forgetting.
that. Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna bring him in because I think I'm predicting that Laura and Birkan are gonna drop off, and the
Yeah,
only reason I'm predicting that is just from things that we saw the previews for the season where the 2 of them have a fight because Michael shows up.
yeah.
Um, and then maybe when we find out what his real job is, she's gonna be like, "Yeah, I can't deal with you being a gigolo," or whatever.
Mhm, mhm.
Or maybe he's like a male prostitute that gives blowjobs for money, like, I don't know.
I mean, then he clearly lied by saying, "I haven't had sex in this many years,"
Right.
which
Mhm.
I'm sure he has no problem lying. So I don't know why I'm holding that to some sort of truth standard.
He got her, though, with that making out in the kitchen. He really got her. Um,
Uh-huh.
Kimberly, A Date with Dateline is back because
Yeah.
Dateline came back on Friday, and I was so happy. I'm going to download it from the Peacock app and watch it on the plane.
Yeah, it was wild. It's a updated episode to a case we've did several years ago,
Okay.
and, but I have Jake with me this week,
Okay.
actually.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah, very special guest, Jake, and it's a wild episode.
I
This
love when
lady is a menace
Okay,
to
good. I love it.
society.
I love a menace.
Yeah,
So everybody make sure you are, following A Date with Dateline and listening to A Date with Dateline wherever you get your podcasts, following us on social media at Date Dateline, at Pink Shade Pod. Like I said, I put out some very funny reels from this episode. I put them out last night because
I'm gonna go look right
I
now.
had been screenshotting as I was watching. And, you guys, fingers crossed, next week we're gonna find out of what Beer Can's secret is. And again, guys, if the audio wasn't great on this, I am literally wedged. It's like between 2 ferns. I'm between 2 pillows. Um, next week we'll be back with, better audio. I won't be traveling. So thank you, Kimberly, and I will see you, this weekend for 90 Day the Other Way.
Thank you.
Bye.